Good morning, everybody. It is exactly 7 a.m. on Saturday, July 1st, and I've already been in the car about an hour, and I've got about 4 hours left because I'm headed to Chicago to look at a comic collection. Going to meet a guy, super duper nice guy. Clearly has some good books. So I'm making the trip. Pretty sure we're gonna make a deal. Hopefully I'll be able to take some more video. Who knows, maybe I'll even do a little bit of a live video. We'll see, and show you what he's got, and hopefully I'll be driving back later this evening with some comics. Stay tuned. Alright, I am making a stop for breakfast, and yes, I know it's not a healthy choice because I'm stopping at McDonald's, but if you like oatmeal, McDonald's got some of the best oatmeal around, in my opinion, and it's one of the healthiest things you can get, maybe the healthiest thing you can get at McDonald's. So, quick stop, something to eat, back on the road. All right, we've got about an hour to go. We're coming up on Illinois here. I've got a pick-me-up, which I desperately needed. And I've talked to our man Don a couple times. We are both eagerly awaiting meeting each other and then looking through some books and just chatting. And again, I'm gonna get some video for sure. But yeah, onward with the drive. And again, should be there in about an hour. Let's keep going. Getting closer to Chicago, and I'm not sure if you can see it in the video here because it's kind of hazy, but you can just make out
in 1 mile.
Okay.
Use the right lane to keep right.
I've got the car talking to me here.
I-94 local.
So you can see the outline of the city, the skyline. So we are getting close. Just outside of downtown Chicago, and man, I love the city skyline, but one thing I don't miss is the traffic. But beautiful skyline. beautiful buildings. Just so much history here. All right. All right, we are here. Nice view of part of downtown Chicago. Looking at some books. So here's some of the stuff being considered here. I know we got a glare. Just gonna
And I have a spreadsheet
show some of
what
them.
you're purchasing, and
Here's-
I also have the GPA up as well. Oh, sorry.
Here's our man Don. Don, you want to be on camera?
Sure.
That's our man right there. So he graciously is allowing me to come in and look at these amazing books, and I know I just started showing them, but Don, what's the story? Why are you selling these?
Well, as we've discussed before, my special needs brother needs medical attention. I am forced into retirement, and I just don't feel the desire to have all this stuff available. I need to turn into income, make investment driven, set up an investment driven account to set up monthly dividends to help me maintain my retirement. So they were so important to me at one point, but I have more important things to worry, to concern myself with, and I want to give them to a collector that really loves comics. So that's it.
Yeah, no, I can definitely appreciate that for sure, and very respectful too, what you're trying to do, and
You're just scratching the surface, Bob.
you've accumulated quite an amazing collection here. As I'm just going through these, this is a good one. This is one of the things that got me out here. Was the Hulk 9.0 181.
It's always been a good book.
Yeah, but just book after book. Lots of boxes here of other things that I haven't even looked at yet. So
You got Raws to look at too.
yeah, there's a lot to go through for sure, but if I'm just kind of going through some of the things that you have here, giving people an idea of what you've got.
Yeah, 9/6 is the wild number.
Everything is high. Yeah, no doubt. You've got a couple of these 9.8 Wolverine 10s. Whoop.
Yeah, I sent those in. Well, the story behind some of the X books was a good friend of mine married a girl from Toronto. And I
Okay.
would go to the shows in Toronto, and I got to know the people that own comic shops in Toronto. And I was buying books from them. I mean, at one point I had 22 copies of Spidey 300. And buying it for, you took your American dollar and you were getting, 1.3 times Canadian.
Mm-hmm.
And they were asking for, the overstreet value of that book. If it was worth 30 bucks in Canadian, in American, they'd want 30 Canadian. So it was like you were feasting.
Mm-hmm.
So I was going up to Toronto 3-4 times a year. Great town, by the way, and I would recommend you going to the shows because they're good fans.
Have not been to the show there for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, I think a lot of people are just getting back into the traveling over to Canada after the whole COVID situation.
Right.
But
No, that was a great getaway, and I would drive all 8.5 hours to get to Toronto. But I had a place to stay,
yeah,
So that made it
That
a lot
helps.
easier.
It
One
helps.
time I went with a buddy of mine and we stayed in the downtown hotel in Toronto. But I would recommend Toronto to anybody.
yeah, no,
And I've been in Niagara Falls for a show as well. What a great! The Canadian side is just amazing.
that's what I've heard. I've never been to either side, but everybody tells me go to the Canadian side.
I mean, you're not far away from there, Bob.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, for
There's
you, it's
cable.
3.5 hours.
I know.
But of course, I mean, I don't, I don't know when you were, how many shows you were going to years ago, but of course things have changed since COVID, but I think they're gonna
Yeah.
go back the other way.
Yeah, maybe. I used to travel there on a monthly basis up to a city called Brampton, which is right next to Toronto. And all the time I did all that work up there, never had a chance to go to the falls. So,
Falls, but okay,
Yeah.
next time.
Yeah.
If you do go.
so the thing that another thing that impresses me is all these old Marvel tales. I know some people are like, yeah, but you know, some of those, you know, are old reprints or anything, but you cannot find Marvel tales in high grade like this.
Let me give you the story on the Marvel Tales. I
Okay.
had almost a whole run of Amazing Spider-Man in Near Mint, from 20 up, at one point. And there was a guy, a fellow friend and collector out of New Jersey, who was hot after me because a fair amount of those books were from the Northland pedigree, which came from your area. Okay.
Yeah.
So I said to myself, well, this guy is paying some good money. Why don't I replace the collection of Spider-Man with the Spider-Man reprints in Marvel Tales? And what's beautiful about those Marvel Tales books are sometimes they make the splash page the cover, or they put the cover on the splash page.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same story. So I said, I'll do that.
Look at that.
And if I don't have any more Spider-Mans left, then I'll have Marvel Tales. So that's the whole reasoning behind the Marvel Tales.
So some of these I'm looking at they've got some blue labels here. Are those the old CGC labels or what are those?
Okay, so back in the day when CGC first started, I had whatever I could graded.
Yeah.
And I decided, well, I don't know if I want it like that, because I get anxious about comics. And the hobby itself, collecting and actually reading and holding the book had some, what's the word to use? It had some therapeutic value to it.
Good word.
So I said, I'll just break them out, I'll keep the label. You can notice that they're, bagged and they're triple boarded or whatever.
Yeah. They were
And I'll
definitely
keep the label, and
protected.
that's what I did.
Oh, there we go.
I mean, how many of those
Wow.
can be turned into 9/8?
Wow. Maybe we'll find out. I don't know.
And by the way, if you didn't take them, I was going to keep them anyway. So, but the prior collector came and picked up. Well, he picked up the Spideys. He didn't take any of the Marvel Tales. I don't know why he didn't want them, but
All right.
I think that's a wonderful way. It's a wonderful way to collect Spider-Man, an affordable way.
Yeah, I agree. They're beautiful.
The actress playing Sabra, and again, she was up for. It's not an Academy Award. What is it for television? She was nominated for an award, and I forget the name.
Emmys?
Emmys, but she didn't win.
Okay.
And so the show was about her breaking away from the Hasidic community. And,
Not up to speed on any of that. All right.
it's all COVID, Netflix.
Yeah, I've certainly watched
I mean,
my
we all
share
know,
of.
Israeli actresses. Gal Gadot is
Oh, yeah.
Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
She's from Israel.
Yeah.
She actually served in the army.
I did not know that
And
part.
then Natalie Portman was born in Israel.
Didn't know that either.
She came here.
You're a wealth of Israeli knowledge.
Well, my
Nice.
father's born there, and I was visiting there a lot.
Yeah. And then he moved here.
She moved here, yeah. Here is the sketch he's going to do for me. By the way,
Amazing.
this character appeared on an X-Men cover. And I forget which issue it was. In this form. And I can't remember the issue number. Anyways.
We'd have to look that one up. Just got amazing stuff laying around here. Fear 1, Ringo Kid. Westerns will have their day again. 1957.
Well, the Atlas Westerns are something special. But I do have a slew of Silver Age Marvel Westerns.
Of Raw?
Ross,
Some
But
Westerns
I
too.
did pull up, you know, the horror stuff. You said you liked horror.
I do. Bronze
And
Age
then,
horror.
I told you I would
Everyone
find you
knows.
some,
Oh,
and I figured I just pulled those out quick, and I figured those are the ones you like.
very nice.
I mean, you would say those are near mint, right? If I pulled them out of the sleeve,
So let's look.
allow me if you don't mind.
I would say easy near mint. Near mint plus.
That's what I was hoping when I was finding these books. If you look at the spines, they're unread.
Oh, it's absolutely beautiful.
Back, you know.
Yeah.
And you notice they're really not red.
Yeah. Clearly. Easy 9.4, Don. Or higher.
Yeah. Some of them have been graded, and I think they're in the boxes. I got some vaulted.
Oh, some of the old labels.
Um,
Oh, yeah. No, they're still graded, you mean. Yep.
They're
I did
still
see some
graded.
of them.
I think
Chamber
those
of
I bought from a
Darkness.
dealer. Yeah, here. Vault of Evil.
Yep.
12, you know.
Yeah.
I can't believe I couldn't get higher grades on them. Who do you got to know at CGC?
You sent them in like as is, or did you ever work onto them? Like, any pressing?
At that time, I just sent them as is. I felt that they didn't. Well, pressing was something that was done only by, you know, high-end dealers. They were doing it. I wasn't. So,
Yeah.
no. I do have a press, and I will press
Ah.
books, but I won't. The ones I have sent in stuff that I pressed that I couldn't believe, couldn't get the grades I wanted, so I decided to use CCS to press them. And I'm 50-50. I just don't understand sometimes. how
Same.
they grade.
Yeah.
You figured if they're gonna press a book like that, if they're gonna do it, I'll get a 9.8.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think the only way to do it now is you
Look
give it
at
to
that.
CCS, 25 books at each tier for a pre-screen of 9.8, allowing them to press, and I think that's the only way you're going to get some success.
You might be onto something there.
I mean, I just can't see it any other way.
I used CCS a handful of times before I started doing my own pressing. And then the only time I've used them since is with yellow labels, because that's the only way to keep the yellow label, is if you send it to them.
Yeah, you got it right.
And I'm 50-50. Half the time the grade would go up, only one grade bump. The other half the time it stayed the same. But it never went down. So I guess I'm fortunate for that.
That's what makes
Look
the
at this,
hobby not as
94.
much fun.
Which part? Pressing?
The grade, sending them in and getting the grades.
If you're disappointed, you mean?
Disappointed, yeah.
Did I already
I
look through
understand
this
you
one?
can't
Yeah, I
win-
looked through that
You
one.
can't win every time,
Yeah. Yeah.
but now if you're employing them, you're paying them to press. You know, why is this thing only a 9.6? Or why is this thing only a 9.8?
Right. Right.
You know, a 9.4 or something, whatever.
I went through this box, I think. Yeah. Sergeant Fury.
Yeah, Sergeant Fury was the other title that I collected.
Look at those.
Unfortunately for me, I had a local collector come in, and basically he cleaned me out of my first 15 Sergeant Furies. So what you see there are the Silver Age, and I had some
Yeah.
pedigree. I got a lot of Northland copies I was buying. I
Yeah.
was buying those. And
Okay.
that's the only thing left of my Silver Age collection. Unless they're Westerns,
Yeah. We're gonna look at those.
you know.
And
so.
some more Bronze Age horror too. All right. All right, we're back. Spent a couple hours here chatting with Don, going through all the books, and I've got this box and this box here coming home with me, and Don even threw in a little bit some extra stuff for me, which is very, very appreciative, and I'll show that to everyone when we get back. It's gonna be a long drive home, so I'm probably gonna do it tomorrow. I'll show you everything I got, the extra stuff Don threw in. I just want to thank you for working with me.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
And I look forward to coming back out and looking through the books some more. I took a lot of great video, just amazing, amazing stuff you guys saw, and I'm looking forward to making the trip again.
My pleasure.
All right, thanks. All right, everyone, it's time to go out. We're going to get some food, and then I'm going to get back on the road. All right, we are on our way back. Here's another view of the city as we're trying to navigate our way out of the city. The traffic is so much worse than it was when I first got here. But anyway, as you guys saw, we did the deal. It's done. And yes, I think this is the furthest I've traveled and the least amount of books I've purchased in terms of quantity, the number of books, you know, of anything that I've ever bought. But as you saw with some of the video, right, Don had some nice stuff, and I got some of the really nice stuff, and I got some stuff that's lesser value as well. But I'll go through all of that at the end of the video here. But right now, I've just got to figure out how to get out of the city, get onto the highway, and start heading home. All right, here we go. Right, we've escaped the traffic of Illinois and Indiana. The sun is out, and we are finally crossing the state line back into Michigan. And unfortunately, like, Michigan's the longest part of the drive, so still like 3 hours to go, but I I'm actually going to get home and have a little bit of sunlight left, I think. So anyway, on goes the trip. All right, we're back. We made the deal, got the books, and didn't get a whole lot of books. This is what I got. See this? 19 books. That's it. I went all the way to Chicago and back for 19 books. But I wouldn't have done it if I didn't think it would be worth the trip. So let's talk about Don for a minute. And I talked to Don quite a bit before making the trip. He actually got a hold of me. I think he found my website, but he was also watching my YouTube videos and got a hold of me. We started talking about the books. He showed me everything that he had, and I gave him an idea of what I'd be interested in, but I wanted to come out and take a look. So it all happened. You saw the trip. We made a deal, and you heard a little bit of Don's story, right? He was a collector, and it turned into this passion to become a dealer, and he had accumulated a very large amount of high-grade books, and you saw some of them in the video. But things changed in his life a little bit. He's got a brother that he needs to take care of now. His brother has some specific needs, and Don has decided that that's more important than his dreams of, becoming a comic book dealer. And so he's looking for people to sell or to buy some of his books. And I was fortunate enough to be one of them. But I really respect what he's doing, taking care of your brother, taking care of family. I'm in agreement. That's always number one, right? So who knows what's going to happen? Don and I will continue talking. I'm probably going to make another trip out there, or maybe multiple trips, because he's got a lot of good books that I still want. But let's talk about price right now. And I did talk to Don. He was okay with the price being put out there, because I know people are going to ask. And I know some people will think, hey, you didn't pay enough. Some people will think you paid too much because, this is, a side business of yours. And, sometimes we have to buy things to sell them and to make money in order to pay for the hobby. And in some cases, like me, right, it's a partial business for me as well. So $25,000 for everything. Okay. Yes. 19 books, $25,000. So obviously there are some good things in there. I'm curious to know if you think $25,000 was a fair price. I paid too much, paid too little. And I know if Don could have sold all of these individually, right, over time, it would have taken a lot of time to sell all these things. But yeah, you could probably sell it for more than $25,000. But some of these books I'm probably going to keep, maybe work on, maybe try to get some grade bumps on some of them. Other ones I'm certainly going to move, because I've got to help fund the business and fund the hobby as well. So without further ado, let's get into it. Before I show you the 19 books, I wanted to let you know that Don decided to throw in 3 other ones. Nothing significant, but he knows I'm a big Bronze Age horror fan, and so he threw in the super high grade Chamber of Darkness book. So 3 of them, issues 5, 6, and 8. They are absolutely pristine. Hopefully you can get a good look at them there. And this one here actually has a COA as part of the Mile High collection, the second Mile High collection. So that was really nice of him to do that. The money we agreed to for all the books, this was not part of it. So that was just really nice of him to do it. I really appreciate that. So I'm just going to throw books up here behind me as we look at them. And let's get into the 19 books, okay? The first one, now some of these you guys are going to see, you're going to go, why'd you get that? It was just part of the deal. Some of these are lower value books, and some maybe even less than $100. They're all CGC, and then we'll kind of work our way up towards the bigger books. So first one, Rocket Raccoon #1, 9.6 White Pages. Yeah, nothing special about this one, just a really nice high grade book. And so it was part of the deal. So that's the first one. The second book, right? We've got 19 of these to go through. Miss Marvel number 5 and a 9.8. I think that says, yep, off-white to white pages. No, it's not a key issue by any means. Just nice, super high grade book. All right. Next one. Miss Marvel number 1 and a 9.4, white pages. This is one of those keys. Every Miss Marvel key has fallen from grace and fallen hard. So this one was not exempt by any means, but still, nice book to have. I posted some things on Instagram recently about the Miss Marvel movie, and there was an article that came out talking about that she's like one of the most hated MCU characters, and I don't get it. I thought it was an okay movie. It was good. It wasn't great, but there is still so much hate for that movie and that character, and I don't know. I'm on a little bit of a different opinion on that. But anyway, I think these Miss Marvel keys have really taken a hit. I don't think they can go much lower, so always nice to get them if you think they're at a low point. Next one, Thor 225, first appearance of Firelord and a 9.6 off-white pages. Nice little key there. Again, another book that fallen quite a bit from its high point. Okay, next one. Here's a little bit of a key. Marvel Premiere number 50 and a 9.8 white pages. First appearance of Alice Cooper in comic books. Hopefully everyone knows who Alice Cooper is. Classic rock, 70s, 80s. I think is when he was the most popular. And I'm not an expert on Alice Cooper, but I know quite a bit of his music. And I just thought it was neat to have that one. Okay, moving our way up. Tales of Suspense 92 and a 9.6 white pages. Not a key by any means, right? Nick Fury has an appearance. The Avengers are in it. Just a nice Silver Age, really high-grade book, and white pages to boot. So Don doesn't have, you saw his collection, he doesn't have a whole lot of Silver Age left. He did say he had a lot of Silver Age Western, and I don't think I caught video of that. I went through a lot of the boxes, and I said I was going to try and get some video of it. Didn't get a video of a lot of those Westerns, but he's got mostly Bronze Age and Copper Age and all like just really high-grade stuff, as you can see. So, next one, another Silver Age, Strange Tales, number 135 and a 9.2. First appearance of Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. So, off-white to white pages, nice grade, older slab and label. But this is a nice book. Very, very nice book. Nice key issue. And like I said, we're kind of moving our way up in terms of the books that I purchased. And yes, I know the questions will be, are any of these going to be available? I mentioned earlier, some of these I'm going to keep. Some of them I may work on to get higher grades on. There's not a whole lot of room there because Don has nitpicked his way up to having some of the best graded books out there. So we'll see. So yes, some of them will be available the next time I have an Instagram sale, maybe some of them on my eBay page. And so keep an eye out. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll know when I'm getting ready for a claim sale. I still think I'm about a week or two away. We'll see. All right, next book, another key issue, Amazing Adventures number 11, 9.4 white pages. First appearance of Beast with his gray fur. Beautiful book. And I look at this. Yeah, there's a little something in the top left area. You probably can't see it, but there's something in here, a little indentation that, you know, it does not look like it breaks color. Could this be a 9.6? I don't know, maybe, but it's beautiful. Beautiful. Just compliments to Don for getting such great high-grade books. All right. Next one. Very, very old school label from CGC, the original red label. X-Men number 133. It's a 9.6 off-white pages. Just stunning. I don't know if I want to keep the old red label or not. I know some people, this label is dated 1999 on the back here. I'm not sure exactly when it was printed, or I'm sorry, when it was graded. It could have been after that. That's just the production of the label itself, right? The standard label. So, beautiful high grade. I don't know. Should I keep it in the red label? Should it go to the new blue label? I know some people collect red labels, but there aren't a whole lot of them out there in terms of the collectors. Okay, first appearance of Senator Robert Kelly, X-Men 135 in a 9.6. What was it? White pages. Nice little key issue for any of you Bronze Age X-Men fans out there. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 9 books left. Another X-Men, number 164 in a 9.6 white pages. This is when I believe Carol Danvers becomes binary, right? Yes. So another minor key. Another late Bronze Age X-Men book. All right. Here's another nice one. This one's really nice. X-Men 141, 9.8 white pages. So this is the first of a two-part story for Days of Future Past. And to get this into 9.8 and white pages is a little bit rare. I think we would all agree. But really nice key there. Again, there's some stuff here for any of you X-Men fans out there. Okay, another nice little key issue here in a super nice high grade. Astonishing Tales number 25, 9.8, first appearance of Deathlock. Man, hopefully this guy comes into the MCU. I know he was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. way back when, a few years back, and his character, he was in a couple episodes, and then he came back later on in another 1 or 2 episodes, I think, but he wasn't like a main character throughout all the seasons. So, and I'm fine if they want to use that actor or someone else, but Deathlock needs to be part of the MCU. Just a great character. All right, 6 books left. Okay, everyone knows this one. First appearance of Venom. Amazing Spider-Man 300 in a 9.6. And it's white pages. And I remember looking at this one pretty closely when I was out there at Don's place, and I didn't think there would be an opportunity to bump this to a 9.8. That would be huge, right? Going from a 9.6 to a 9.8 in this book. It is the direct edition, not the newsstand. But I don't know. I'm not seeing it now. I thought I previously saw a few different spine ticks on there. Okay, I do see a couple on there. So, I don't know. That would be a little bit risky trying to get that one up to a 9.8. So, you'd hate to go the other direction. All right, next one. Another big key, Amazing Spider-Man 252. First appearance of the black suit. 9.8. White pages. Really, really nice key. And this one is crisp. Very, very minty. You know, you can get some 9.8s that, you know, have some spine ticks, some very, very subtle spine ticks. This is even more subtle than that. This is about as nice as of a 9.8 as you can get. So, nice key. All right. Another big Spider-Man key. Amazing Spider-Man number 194. First appearance of the Black Cat. 9.6 white pages. So, are you a Black Cat, Felicity Hardy? Felicia. Wait, it is, right? Felicia Hardy. I don't know why I'm having trouble saying that name. But first Black Cat. So, big key. Nice book. 9.6 white pages. Can we get a grade bump on that? I don't know if I'm going to try. Okay. Another really, really nice book in a grade you don't see very often at all in this book. Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. number 1, 9.8. And I believe, yeah, white pages. Just crazy. Crazy to see a book like this in a 9.8. So, I'm happy. My bank account isn't happy, but very happy to get that book. Okay, 2 left. 2 left, and they're good ones. All right. X-Men number 94. First appearance of the new team in the X-Men title. And we've got a 9.6 here. Off-white pages. So, big key issue. Huge grade. And I've had a few of these before. I think the best grade I've ever had on these was an 8.0. You know, I haven't really searched these out in the past, but you know, this was there, and I was very happy to get it. And that leads us up to our last book, which is Incredible Hulk number 181, first appearance of Wolverine. And what grade is it? 9.0. 9.0, white pages, and yeah, and let's not start the argument of what is the true first appearance of Wolverine. We know 180 is the first initial appearance, right? Whether you want to call it a cameo or not. And this is the first time he is on the cover, maybe the first full appearance, if that's what you want to say. I'm good either way. This is the money book, and we all know it. When I look at it, and I look at some of the defects on there, there is potential on this one. And this is one that I am really thinking about potentially trying to upgrade a little bit. And if I'm able to do it, then for sure this is one that I would definitely like to keep. But we'll see, right? I've got to stare at this book a lot longer and before I crack it out to decide if this is something I really want to try, because it's risky, right? If this drops to an 8.5, you lose a lot of money. Not something that any of us are interested in doing for sure, but that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. These are all the 19 books, along with the few that Don threw in. I just want to thank Don again. I know he watches my videos, and I know he was interested in me posting this. I'm like a week and a half late getting this video done. So it was a really great experience, and I was happy to form a new relationship, a new friendship with someone in the hobby, and I'm looking forward to working with him again in the future as well. And I hope you enjoyed it, the whole journey that I went through. I know this was a long video, but I thought it was worth it. So leave me comments, let me know what you think, and you know, more content coming for sure. But that's it. Those are the books I bought. A lot of money spent. Very happy about it. And until next time, have a great day.